The YouTube, SEL0320 from JVS. What's your name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie here. She's gonna show me this new game by Skydance called PWND.
Yeah, so PWND is the name of the game.
Okay.
The reason why it's called PWND is because kills don't count, pwns do. So when you take an enemy out, you have to go up to their body and you've got to pwn them in order to get a point for your team.
So kind of like kill confirmed, like Call of Duty style.
Yeah, that's almost exactly what it is. Which is my favorite kind of mode, which is why I love this, because maps are very small. There's a lot of kills. You are meant to keep jumping, keep moving. It's very similar to kind of like quick style gameplay. Like you're in the rocket arena, you're shooting, you're jumping, and then when you take down an enemy, you got to go up to them and you got to do a pwn. There's 4 characters. Each character has their own different pwn that they do. My personal favorite is Ito's because she has a little bot that will come over and does a little pwn dance on the body that's down.
Kind of like teabagging.
Oh, I'm like, never say that. It's not quite that.
It finds a reason to sneak in teabagging.
I'm like, it's definitely more of like one of our taglines is death is temporary, humiliation is forever.
Yes.
It's kind of
what happens in WoW a lot.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Okay.
Use mouse and keyboard? Or control? We have both. You can use either or.
I was going to do PC, but I'll say what I know is best.
Sure. So let me let you know. Right trigger is going to be to fire. Left trigger is going to be to jump. Each character has their own secondary abilities. They're going to be based on the bumpers. A is the pwn. B is going to be to carry, because what you can do, since the maps are small, people are around, you may want to carry your enemy's down body to a place that's a little safer, because the pwn does take like a couple seconds for you to do. It's not going to be instant. So you can actually carry them. You can actually also surf on their body. You do a pwn surf, so you can actually start to surf across their body and start to pwn them. But you can also, when you have teammates that are down, use the B button to pick them up, carry them to a little bit safer area, and then revive them. So we'll go ahead and
Would you say it's as fast paced as like Quake?
it's as fast paced as Quake.
Oh,
it is very much about it's going to be a lot of jumping. The more you jump, the harder it is to be hit, which is kind of what you want.
Like 43 seconds, or maybe a little longer. When she told me the concept was and like I was like, it's kind of like I actually might things that like you can push out. I did not use like the bumpers until towards the end.
Oh yeah,
and like I was
it's a huge arsenal. Very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even understand the concept.
Yeah. I mean, it's enough just deal with your rocket launcher at first, but every class is very interesting.
Yeah, I definitely have some.
Risa, the North Punisher, and she's got the pwn, which is the most awesome. It deploys a bomb. It pwns for you.
Really? I was kind of like, where's this thing? Where's it going? I was like assuming that was gonna. So all of them have different modifiers. It is.
You can like defend your own home.
Yeah.
And she's faster on
Yeah. And I was noticing, I was like, it's really kind of like I understand the concept of me can with you guys as well. Because I was like, if I started as an opponent and I had to look behind me, somebody could kill me and we're done.
It's such an interesting tactical layer to add in.
What's going on out there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. I have here somebody really special. This is going to be for Skydance, and they are having like us interview someone special to talk about a game or two in the concept of live VR. So, what's your name, sir?
Peter Akemann.
Sam, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Okay, Peter, why are we here? What is the games that you have featured through Skydance in development currently?
Well, I should. The why we're here is a big deal. So this is really like a coming out party for Skydance Interactive. I've got to give you a little background, if you don't mind, on what the company is.
Take your
Skydance is well known as a film and television company. It started. David Ellison's company has been running it for 7 years.
Love the movie.
Done some great stuff in film, branched into television, been hugely successful there.
Absolutely.
But always had a vision for a company that was a three-legged media empire, where film and television and games were all part of it.
So concept of entertainment in general.
Yeah, that's right. He wanted to have a broad entertainment media empire. Yeah. And he started with what he knew. Man comes from film school.
Yeah.
He built a successful company. There was a company there, branched into television, met some great people on the television side, and then it was time for games.
Yeah.
And what really made it the time for games was that he was looking at VR and saw that VR was just cresting and turning from kind of a novelty to becoming something that was clearly going to become a gaming medium.
Absolutely.
And a very serious, and in fact, the future gaming medium.
Yeah.
So, the other side of the story, you got the workshop. We're an independent game developer. We've been operating in Los Angeles for like the previous 7 years.
Okay.
Founded by some, I was co-founder of Treyarch back in the long days.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
A bunch of Treyarch crew got together to form the workshop, and we were running that for 7 years independent development, doing all kinds of stuff. Console gaming, one of the early move control games on PlayStation 3. Yeah, Sorcery for the PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah, that's right, for PS Move. So we were on motion control before it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first time when everybody said, yeah, it's not happening. And it's like, all I can say is its time had not yet come.
Yeah, Treyarch has come up with a lot of really good conceptual games, like the Spider-Man game, and then what they've done with the Call of Duty. Like, they are some of the best.
Spider-Man 2 was the last one I was on before I left there.
That is my favorite game.
Thank you.
For like Xbox. I still have it, and I'm waiting for it to go over for backwards compatibility for Xbox. But anyway,
I'll bring
that's
this
another
up later, but the lead programmer who created that swinging system, that amazing, beautiful swinging system, is the guy who's writing the Pwn control. You wonder why it feels so good.
What?
Yes.
Because they've got the new Spider-Man PS4 game, and I was like comparing it, and I was like, it's not the same.
Hard to touch it. Hard to touch it. That was it's another guy who actually came up with it. He was the one who implemented it.
Yeah.
And, brilliant. Anyway, we can geek out. You go way too far back. This is the problem. Like,
same for me.
Get lost in the past. But anyway, here we are. And we were looking at VR too. And it's like you first get VR, like, oh my god, this is amazing, and oh my god, this is awful. Because you're sick, you can't move, nothing works. The DK1s, you don't even have motion tracking, so it's just you're taking damage. Then you can't interact with the world. It's like poking your head through the looking glass. And you're like, okay, this is awesome. Not really. I mean, it's amazing, but so frustrating. This is never going to be serious. Then by the early last year, you got Vive coming in with motion control. You got Sony like doubling down on the Move, like we meant it. Like we got our VR headset. We're going to be using the Move controllers. We knew all about the Move controllers. And then Oculus coming in with the beautiful touch controllers for motion control, which are a thing of legend, right? For that to be your first gen, you have those guys, and they knocked it out of the park, right? So we're looking at it. As soon as you get in VR and it's got motion tracking and it's got hand control, it's like getting your whole torso through the looking glass, and you're in there, like coming out of a manhole.
Like everything from.
Oh my god, this is easily enough. Like, this is totally an interactive gaming platform. It's going to be deadly serious.
Absolutely.
It's just now. Its only problem is it doesn't exist, right?
Exactly.
Like 50,000 of these in the world, and so we'd be crazy to like go start building on this. But we were excited about it. We were like, this is going to happen. We meet Skydance right at this time. We've both been looking at that and thinking, this is clearly a serious gaming platform. We agree. We know we haven't done anything in it yet, but we've got a bunch of great stuff we've done. We had Pwn cooking, the game we just played. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
And David Ellison played that thing and loved it. I told you the guy's a gamer, a serious gamer. He was good at it, and we played for hours, and he was like, "This is awesome." And so so now. We agreed VR was going to be a thing. It was a reason to start a new gaming company, right? You got to have a reason to start a company.
Absolutely.
You just do it to do it, and everybody. There's enough companies already. They don't want you there. You just get snuffed right out. But in new territory like that, the big boys not in there yet. A lot of indie people. Big player like Skydance come in with a veteran crew like ours. We could come in there and do some really pro product, and we knew that we could get our way to the front line of that medium.
Yeah, now you have something backing you moving forward and progressing.
That's right. Awesome. That's right. So there we were, and there was Skydance Interactive was born on that.
But you also have another game here featured that I got to play, and I am a huge Quake fan. I am a huge first-person shooter fan in Call of Duty. I know Treyarch did a great job with Call of Duty as well. But when I played Pwn, I was like, this is kind of different. This is very team impactful, and you need to work with your team and understand what you're capable of because it's so fast-paced. What is this game that I'm talking about? Pwn.
Okay, you are talking about Pwn. PWND, no vowels, not even an E in there. So we love the version that your parents can't even pronounce to tell you that they disapprove of what you're doing, which of course is rubbing it in, right? Letting people know who their daddy is. So we got this. So this game is amazing. This is a team-based arena rocket shooter that's been cooking for a really long time. We were launching it literally yesterday morning on Steam. This game was was a sort of a passion project of the workshop long before we became Skydance Interactive.
Okay.
Really from the very first hour, before we even had a commercial gig at the workshop in our very first year of operation.
Wow.
It was the last thing we did when we thought maybe we were going out of business. We had to take a desperate shot. We cooked up a great demo of it. Ironically, a 3-story this steampunk BattleNet game. That's a whole other deal. Called Ironclad. But we decided we were gonna looking at shooters, and we were thinking at that time, and this isn't novel anymore, but we're thinking, wow, shooters used to be fast and awesome.
Yeah.
And they're still awesome, but they're not fast anymore. They're
not. They're
Console
not.
shooters changed shooters. You
They
know, like
did.
from the sort of high fidelity mouse keyboard, Quake and Unreal roots.
Yeah.
It's something they were still awesome, but something had been lost. There was a golden
Absolutely.
age that had been lost. And we decided we were going to look back at that and see if we could reclaim it, and not just repeat it, but reboot it for the modern world.
That's it.
Bring all of our sensibilities, everything we knew about action gaming that we've been doing for years, and revisit the problem. Did a console controller have to nerf the game, or could we find a way to make it just as dynamic on a console controller as we did on a mouse and keyboard?
That's good.
So we came and we took a look at our sort of starting point was Quake 3 Rocket Arena.
Yes.
Super
and
fast,
I love Quake.
ultra fast. It's like the most fast 3-dimensional crazy action you ever found.
Yes.
A game where rocket jumping was, everybody had a rocket launcher, and rocket jumping, which is a crazy elite maneuver to blast with a rocket, bounce yourself up and get a higher jump out of it, was assumed as a core movement mechanic.
Yeah.
Everything was built 3-dimensionally, assuming people could just bounce around the level.
Yeah.
And it was crazy fast and awesome. We said we got to repeat that and become a spiritual successor to that thing. and so we began with a concept we called the no-look rocket jump,
Okay.
which was the idea we got to do that, but you don't have. We were initially thinking we were going to make this work on a controller. We're like, you're never going to be able to swing down a rocket jump without a mouse. You need this high fidelity movement. How could we do it?
Yeah.
So we decided we're going to adapt the movement control and let you redirect your rocket without redirecting your facing by just slamming your stick and then rocket jumping. So using your stick to basically direct the rocket, go boom, boom, boom. So suddenly, without looking, you could bounce off the walls, keep your aim on something.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh, I'm suddenly like we used to call it Ninja Gaiden and your way around level.
Exactly. And I love that, kind of like a free jumping kind of thing.
Exactly. And we had this suddenly we were liberated from the ground. We had this crazy movement. We literally rebuilt some of their levels. That the DM6 level was this particular Quake Rocket Arena level was legendary, and we basically copied it early on when we were trying to figure the gameplay out.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it was years before we made a better level than that.
Oh.
But so we had this crazy rocket jumping. And we're like, oh my gosh, we've recreated this thing. And then we have this wild hair idea, and it gives the game its name, which is Pwn. And that was basically, let's just put it simply, not letting you score by simply killing your downed opponent, because they're going to be down, they're just going to respawn anyway.
Exactly.
And why should you get credit for that? So we decided the way you were going to score was not just killing them, but closing range on them, getting on top of them, and basically performing the polite word would be a victory dance. Getting on top of the guy, and you may film this, letting them know who their daddy is. See, you got so basically you don't win unless you rub it in.
True.
So
That's so
you get
true.
there and you pull what we politely call a pwn.
Yes.
You pull off the pwn. So and here was the core conceit from a gameplay mechanics standpoint.
Okay.
You go for the pwn, you're locked into the pwn. So you can't break it off if you see somebody coming. So you're committed. 3 seconds of pulling off your victory dance. If you pull it off, you score. But if you don't, whatever points they were worth and the points you're worth stack on top of each other and become a scoring opportunity for the other team.
Really?
So imagine that's a double opportunity. So imagine here's this guy, I go for the pwn. I'm not paying attention to where the enemy is. I get on there, I start doing my business, and bam, I catch a rocket launcher to the side of the head.
Exactly.
Now this is a double opportunity for the other team. They can pwn me. And he comes in, he starts pwning me, he pulls it off, he just got a bigger thing. So I've got a risk-reward trade-off. Should I go for that pwn? It gets exposed. The enemy's standing right there. I'm not going to go for the rock. So you can't just be a duelist and knock the guy down. Normal shooter, that's the whole cadence, right? It's a dueling game until somebody dies, and that's the rinse, lather, repeat, right?
Yeah.
You got a whole other level. That's the beginning of the game, because he's down, he's going to be down, he's going to respawn in 3 seconds. The timer begins. You watch the timer counting down.
Yep.
Can I get to that guy in time? What's he worth? He's worth 3 points. There's another guy who's worth 5, but he's farther away. How good of a rocket jumper am I?
Exactly.
How well do I know the level? I could bounce over there, but it's going to take me 4 jumps. But a good guy can get there in 3, and he'll get there in 2.5 seconds to 3. He'll get on top of that guy and he'll close the
likelihood
pwn.
of you.
This guy's high value, but he's in an exposed position, and there's his teammate right up there. I can jump on that pwn. I'm just going to die. I'm feeding points to the other team to do that. And so there's all these sudden risk-reward trade-offs. There's an intense team game. You got to really track and understand where the other players are, and a constant stream of short-term timing opportunities. Like a man down, a pwn in progress. Like here's a pwn. This pwn's going to take 4 seconds. That's the enemy. I got to stop it. Or I could take this guy and get the score myself while they're taking a score. Is it more points? Is it going to get me ahead? So all these constant decisions and team gameplay and tactics required to close these things. So, I told you about what happens if he dies and I die on top of him. Well, what if that happens again? He's pwning me. Now my teammate comes in and whacks him down. There's a third guy. Now it's not moving anymore. And you get what we call the pwn stack.
Exactly.
And you probably saw some of these in your
I did.
Big old pile of bodies, and a guy's jumping down on top of it, doing their thing, dancing around, and it's like this gives you see the image out in front of this guy going whoa on top of a big, huge, enormous pile of bodies.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, what kind of game is this?
From the whole concept.
So but what you're doing is stacking it up in the score. The value of that thing is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The time required to close it is also getting bigger.
Yeah.
So suddenly the whole gameplay tactically, strategically changes around this incredible point opportunity, which could swing the whole game if somebody can close it. So it becomes about not focusing on that, but control of the other guys. Get the other guys, you pwn him, you pwn him, so you keep that team pinned down so I can take this long score.
Exactly.
It's like a whole team coordination deal. So it's just an incredibly interesting core game mechanic.
Yeah.
Then we threw in other things like picking guys up and carrying. Did you see some of that?
Yeah, and that whole concept, like
why
I
would you do that?
was actually crawling away.
Yeah, you were crawling.
Because I was down.
Yes.
And like I was able to crawl pretty fast, but I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time because I could die. And I was like praying that my teammate would come and pick me up because he
the
could
health
get
pack
me.
and maybe I'll get there. Right?
Exactly.
The crawling was like we didn't have crawling at first, so then we added crawling, and it was great because even when I'm down and waiting to respawn, I got something to do. And it matters a little bit, right? If I crawl, if I can get just here, that guy's coming for me. He's coming for me. He's gonna have his way with me if he gets here.
Yeah.
I'm crawling to get ahead. It's like if I can drop over the ledge and cause him one more annoying jump to have to get me, that might be it. So you basically kind of always on. It's definitely one of those games where don't blink, you'll miss it, right?
Exactly.
You're just kind of like you remember to blink when you're done playing the game. Even when you respawn, bam, you're right back in the game. There's like no downtime.
Yeah.
Match plays in 10 or 12 minutes, and you're like, okay, all right, dude. And then it's the trash talking about it. Who screwed up where? You see the graph of where the points were ahead of the team. Like, what happened? It's like, because you weren't paying attention. What are you doing? This auto pwner jumping in and feeding points to the other team, and the inevitable post game analysis that goes on. So things like crawling, things like carrying guys, dragging them out of the way, moving position of a body, and you can both engage your friendlies as well as your enemies. You can carry your friend to a safe spot. You can pick up your buddy and chuck him into a health pack.
Yeah.
You can go, if you hit the pwn key on top of one of your down buddies, you go for a revive. So it's like a pwn, but you're bringing him back and you're saving him. You're avoiding the other team getting a kill score off of him, and saving him from being pwned. However, you're on top of him. If somebody kills you while you're doing it,
and you're both
2x,
dead.
right? So risk reward. The whole thing is constant decisions of trade-offs. Other great things, I'm just going to go on about the mechanics, so I can't stop. Assuming you're getting that situation here, but as long as you're getting the audio.
No, we're good.
Yeah, okay. One of the great things is we got sort of an in-match leveling system, where so as you're performing in the match, you're gaining level.
Yeah.
But your level is your rank in the game, and your rank is your pwn's value. And so imagine you're 5 minutes into the match. The noob is fumbling around. He's maybe level 2 because he's barely done anything. The good guy's level 7. Now think about that guy's decision to go pwn that noob. If I'm going to go after you, I'm level 7. You're only worth 2 points to my team, but what if I blow it? 2 plus 7, that's a 9-point scoring opportunity for the other team. So I got a big incentive not to go after the twerps, to go after the top guys, which means that a weak player doesn't ruin the match for a team.
True.
So many multiplayer games, like one weak spot in the chain, and everybody exploits the weak guy and then ruins the game. It's just a flame war and totally unpleasant.
It's like take down the noob.
So
because easy kill.
With pwned, we find that it works best as long as the total power on the teams are balanced. It's a fair match, and the stronger players can totally complement the weaker players, and it's totally fun that way. They don't ruin the match. So it's really great. It's going to allow us a lot broader matchmaking, a lot more fun, and less toxic gameplay too. I mean, one thing you notice about pwned is it's funny.
It is really funny.
It's funny, and
it's really
I tell you, the humor of it is so core to what the game is. It's not like just a side joke. It's like the whole thing is just hilarious. Like we take the gameplay deadly seriously, but the world has got, though they take themselves seriously, we've got this great sort of satirical thing going on the whole time. And it's just sort of like the comedy of it gives the whole thing this kind of lighthearted tone. Yeah. It's pro wrestling vibe. It's like a Jerry Springer show vibe. I mean, everybody kind of knows it's okay, and so we embrace the trash. We embrace like the most toxic part of online gaming, which is the trash talking and flaming and all that. You kind of make it official. You kind of make it okay. We're really hoping that we can build a community that's, as a result, a more positive. Like, let's remember when games are just fun, and we don't have to be so angry about it all the time.
Exactly.
Where I can take a rocket launcher to the face and laugh my butt off.
Yeah.
Just just as much when I win as when I'm getting spanked.
Exactly.
Right? And you know, if I'm getting pwned over and over again, I mean, and it's provocative. I mean,
it is.
Having the guy doing that to you, you feel it every time. And then watching, you know, when it's half a second left and he's all grandstanding up there, and he gets smacked when your buddy saves you.
And then
you
that's like
great.
that victorious feeling, like, oh, that's what you get. Exactly.
And you feel awesome.
Yeah.
So like the emotions of the game are so great. You know, it's like so much better than just like a typical, the monotony of a typical shooter. I mean, shooters are wonderful, okay, but we've added a whole other layer of like icing. Like our cake has got another layer that other shooters don't. So that is a special game. It's a loved game. You know, that's a game we've been working on for so long. There's so much, everything in there is just saturated with like the core game of the essence of it. Created the themes, created the humor, all grew out of like the core, this magical alchemy of the rocket jumping and the pony. One without the other doesn't work. You can have kill confirm, right? But it's like a bonus on top of the game.
It is.
Because you can't like leave a guy down for 20 seconds while I trudge across the map, but I snipe the guy over there. But with a three-dimensional game where you rocket jump almost as fast as you can shoot, you know, your fastest rocket jump maybe two-thirds of the speed of your rockets. Maybe not the very fastest rockets, but in a gameplay map, instead of being wide and flat, it's a lot of territory, but it's all folded three-dimensional. So be able to get from, once you're good at three-dimensional movement, to get from point A to point B, you can get there just about anywhere really quick, right? So it's in play. Like a game that requires you to close range on your opponent suddenly works, and you can make it a core mechanic. And it wouldn't have worked without that. So this is why, even though we've had the game brewing for so long, and we've seen the mechanics appear in other games. We had that years before Kill Confirm showed up. We had the years before, you know, games like Offensive Combat did their things, and SOCOM had people, you know, dancing on corpses, or all the tragic examples of this in history. You know, for an old timer, I'm sure you know all those things.
I'm not going to talk about it.
But you know why we've held on? Well, in our movement mechanics now, you know, there's other. Finally, after quite a while, other shooters are coming in with really great movement mechanics. Like that was like the dead zone for the longest time back when we were starting this. And they're there, but our game is still special and great, even in the world where all these other games have happened. Because it's really the magic of those two things that creates a new kind of game that delivers, you know, a game every shooter player is going to immediately understand and love, but adds a new layer there that just isn't going to be found anywhere else. So that game has got a reason to exist. And that's a high compliment for anything. So anyway, that's the spiel. That's Pwn. It's on sale now. It's on Steam. We're selling it for it's $30 price tag, but we're 20% off because we're early access right now. So it's $24.
You heard that first, you guys.
$24. It's a good deal. $23.99 actually. You know, save that penny. And you know, you come in right now. With content that's here, we've got 4 characters and 3 maps going right now. And a lot more coming. We got a 5th character right in the pipe. We got a 6th beyond that. We got more maps, more game modes coming. We've got a great party system that lets you play with your friends already there. But we've got tons more social features coming, more sort of metagame content. It's a really rich metagame structure to the game. And we're all going to get deeper and deeper with that. So you know, we really want to build like a long-term community here. We want to build something that people can play really competitively. That they're going to cast and watch. It's a ton of fun to watch as well as to play. It's got a great spirit to it. So, you know, obviously we've got our eyes on, you know, competitive gaming down the road. You know, you sport eventually, you know, you don't put that label on yourself, you earn that.
Exactly.
You know, we're going to try. I think we got a shot at it. So, you know, we just couldn't, I mean, I'm so proud to have that game out. That's been like a labor of the ages, the amount of risk and love that went into that thing to make that come to be. And any product that is that loved, you're going to feel it. And you will feel it, and you do feel it with Pwn. So, this day for Skydance Interactive is just, it's like, it's like walking on a cloud to be here for me and for all the guys there. So thanks. Thank you for sharing this moment with us.
Like you guys.
It's a proud day.
I would definitely highly recommend checking out Pwn. I was able to play it, and like you said, it's about the interactive immersion. Like when I was playing it, I immediately was like, I needed to communicate with my team. Like when I was playing Rainbow Six Siege, you have to talk to your team. You have to communicate with them. You have to dissect what's the best strategy, not just like making kills. Kills don't mean a thing. So the concept of now the first-person shooter is all about isolation, who can be the best killer. That doesn't mean a hill of beans in this game. So not only do you get the pleasure of like taunting your person, but you get the also immersion of like teamwork. And I think there's a gratifying figure with that. And I think that with Pwn, you might be able to really get a great experience that's very different than what you played in a long time. So I really appreciate your time with this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, get a plug-in for Discord. We use Discord voice chat, and it's awesome. Really? Yeah, so those guys are great. And when you talk about communicating with your team, you're absolutely right. It's essential. Like you need it. When it's a serious play. You know, here, we're playing like random walk-up pub games, but when it becomes real, like voice communication with your team is mandatory. And our party system lets you jump on with your friends and get 3 friends who actually want to play together and just match up against people. and so you can train as a team, which is critical.
I think that's
it's,
something that you need to do.
we're going places with this.
And then I'm a huge rocket jump fan.
Yeah.
Ever since I think Halo 3, I've loved the concept of rocket jump. So I think that doing something like this is gonna be really fun. So thank you for your time with this.
Sammy, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
And all you guys are just send your audience, anybody who's watching this, thank you so much for showing up, and check out Poon, check out Archangel, and keep it on Skydance Interactive.
All right, keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Take care, you guys.